All right, everybody, welcome back into another episode of the Lesko podcast. I'll be joined by Brett here pretty soon. We're going to talk just a bunch of different topics tonight. Don't have the subjects up on the right. Just going to go through a couple different stories. Send a bunch of topics to Brett. There's not a whole lot to talk about right now, but there's enough that we can talk about. Donka, couple other topics. Drew Aller at the Combine. A lot of people are impressed by him. So overall, it's a decent story night for stuff like that. So like I said, Brett, he'll be coming on here soon. Send him the link. For those of you that are subscribing, if you're new, please like, share, subscribe. Help us get to 2,000 subs. We're going to do a 2,000 sub giveaway. It's going to be 5 items from the merch shop, $100 gift card, and we're going to have you come on the show. It's going to be given to the person with the most comments, and that's easy to find on YouTube Analytics. So, person with the most comments, most engagement is going to get it. And again, they'll be coming on the show. Could be someone that was already on here. Do have a merch shop, so go check it out. It's linked below, and it's also connected to my channel. So go check that out if you can. What's up? What's up, Ivan? And you can support us monetarily with super chat, thanks button, memberships. But the merch shop is up, so definitely go check that out. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool layout. We got everything on there that you could really want. We've got hoodies, t-shirts, bucket hats. We got mugs. So, and I put some more stuff up. So we got the front and back logo print. And I got the triple logo print, so that's a little different. Got the lettering on the back, got a logo on the front, and then another logo on the right side. So we got the triple logo. I'll have to see if I can make it any cheaper. It gets more expensive when you put more print on it. But the jackets, hoodies, and stuff like that, that's my go-to, really. And then the front and back logo, I got one of these. Pretty cool. And then windbreaker, I got one of these quarter zip windbreakers right here. I like that too. So, like I said, go check it out if you can, if you want. Brett, what's up? How's it going?
What's going on, guys?
Brett did an episode last night with Tyler Smith, so go check that out. Talking some basketball. They're terrible, and they're losing right now. So I think everyone knows that already. But we'll see how it plays out, man. I don't know if Rhodes is going to survive. I don't know if he's going to keep his job or not. If they don't, then I hope they go with Joe Crispin. He deserves a shot. So. Brett, what's the score right now? Didn't you say it's 35-13? Like you posted, like they look absolutely horrendous. So
no, it's way worse than that now. I haven't looked in a while. It's probably like 100 to frickin' 50 if I had to guess. Let me see. 87-55.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
Thanks, Greg.
Terrible.
Yeah, go get some, Greg. It's good. Probably the best way to support us, guys, is through the merch shop. But on here too is good. But yeah, the merch shop is pretty cool. Did you change?
Oh, I didn't even know I was
still
on here.
I think Brett logged in as me pretty much. Or I don't know how that happened.
I'm still logged in from yesterday, probably. That's probably why.
Oh yeah, we're losing everybody. Bingo's going to somewhere far
Yeah.
away. Oh, thanks, Simon. Aunt Lori, Uncle Adam, Simon. That's my aunt, uncle, and cousin. Henry. I don't know if Henry's watching too. They're his brother. He's going to build my house someday.
Nice.
Will do. All right, Greg. Sounds good. But yeah, so we got Anthony Donka is hurt again, unfortunately. Anthony Donka is the man. He's one of our best players.
Yep.
He is a guy that is going to be a captain. He's like I said, he's one of our best players. Probably going to play guard, but he could play anywhere. Listen to Blue White Illustrated. He can play center, guard, tackle. He's a massive human being. He's one of the largest people I've ever seen in my life. There's a picture. We did a side-by-side. He was doing this thing with one of the Penn State channels. I don't know if it's Happy Valley United, but he's walking with this girl. I think she plays softball, and he's literally like triple her size. Now,
A couple years ago, yeah.
This girl is like kind of shorter, but still, I mean, he looks – and when he picks up Terry, he looks like he's like picking up a preschool kid. Terry's like shorter, but he's not like a small guy. But Anthony Donk is massive. He could be a first-round pick. Like, that's how good he is. But he got hurt again, unfortunately. He'll be out for the spring, which is fine.
Yeah.
You don't want that, obviously.
No.
But it's fine. He'll be back for
He'll
the
be
season, and he will probably be a starter, barring injury. But, yeah, man, it's unfortunate. You see a lot of those Penn State guys in the combine. They're doing pretty good. And, that's a credit to Doc Holliday, who's now at VT. Doc Holliday is Chuck Losey. So they're doing good. They had a good lifting program at Penn State, and you can see it in the combine. I think it'll be continued with our new guy, Kegi.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but we've also had a lot of injuries. We've had a lot of guys get injured, which is unfortunate. Not blaming the lifting staff, but you have a lot of injuries, man. Like, football is very hard. You get banged up very easily. It's hard to stay fresh. That's what separated Indiana this year, is they stayed fresh a lot. I fractured my foot my senior year of football, played the whole season on it. It was fractured, really hurt. I still kind of deal with that. How many years later? 18 years later, I still deal with it. No, it's more than that.
16.
Yeah, 18 years. 15 years
15
later.
years. 15 years later.
That's bad math. But yeah, it's 15 years later, still dealing with that stuff. And I only played in high school, had concussions. These guys get banged up. Their bodies are broken down. Even these guys in college, they got multiple surgeries under their belt. They got scars, everything. So what do you think about Donkey getting hurt?
Yeah, certain people have bad luck. They're prone to injuries, and it's not their fault. It's not the coaches, the lifting program's fault. I mean, obviously, if they know somebody's more prone to getting injured, if they look at the history, then they'll probably look at repercussions and certain things to find a way to keep them healthy and everything. But I mean, look at Max Granville. Like, the dude just went home, worked out, and was out for the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just happens, and it's unfortunate. Donk will be fine. It sucks that he's going to miss spring practice, but it's a wait and see. Like, how does he play after the injury, right? Does he play like Donka before he got injured at all? We'll see. He's had flashes of being dominant. He's had some bad plays too, just like any other football player. So it sucks to see. Yeah, it's next man up mentality, right? That's a football thing. So the guy behind him, they're gonna have to. You gotta look at the positives. Like, the guy behind him is gonna get more reps now, so maybe that'll be a good depth piece for further along in the season when Donka does come back. So they can, if Donka does get hurt again, knock on wood, hopefully it doesn't happen. But like you said, it's football. Things do happen with injuries. The next man up who gets more snaps will be more prepared. So there are positives to look at it, not for him, but for the team. So as a whole. So if he comes back and plays this year, obviously, hopefully it's nothing severe. So
Yeah, it said he underwent a medical procedure, so it could have been lingering. It could have been something that he was going to get worked on. Maybe thought he could get through with it without doing that.
Yeah.
So it could have been a
Awesome.
lingering thing. It could have been fresh. We don't know. Franklin was always secretive about injuries, which didn't matter because they never won big games anyway. He could have made it Willy Wonka's chocolate factory like Joe did, and it wouldn't have mattered. We would have lost to Ohio State and Michigan every year anyway. But I don't know if Campbell's taking the same approach. There's no details. But, yeah, he could have been lingering and he decided to get surgery, or could have been new. We don't know.
Well, that's one thing we do know, though, is Matt Campbell, the way he's been so far, I think he'll be more forthcoming about what's going on in the process. He's not going to say, I'm not going to talk about it. He'll be like this. It's a week to week. He's not going to say it's a week to week thing. We'll see. Or I don't talk about season ending. But I think we'll give us more updates throughout the spring football and hopefully into the fall camp. So,
yeah, Franklin in his last presser, thank the Lord, turned to Drew Allar's family, said he's out for the season. It's like, oh, so all of a sudden, it's about to end, and you're just breaking your protocol now. So even though Drew Allar is still at Penn State, and there's still a team that has several games left in the season, you're just going to say he's out for the season. So I'm getting fired probably tomorrow. So I'm just going to say he's out for the season. I've never done that once in my career, but as soon as I know I'm getting canned, I'm going to say he's out for the season. Makes no sense. So, yeah. That was an interesting part of that. So we'll see how it plays out, but I think he will be back healthy for the season. And that's another thing. Our roster, we gave our roster a B grade roster. We have an A grade coaching staff. We have a B grade roster. I would almost give our coaching staff an A+ grade because they're going to develop guys. They've taken Brett was talking about this on the basketball show last night. We've taken walk-ons, got some guys from State High. So Campbell's not afraid to do what makes sense, and sometimes take some guys that maybe aren't completely D1 and make them into D1 players. That's what Joe did. Kajana Carter was second in Heisman voting, first overall pick in 1995 in the NFL draft, and he came to Penn State as a 3-star linebacker. So, and he got drafted as a running back. So, again, Joe could go into Walmart 10 o'clock at night, pick out 22 guys, and probably compete in the Big Ten. Franklin would need 7 Hall of Famers to maybe beat Ohio State. So a bit of a difference there, for sure.
Yeah.
But Campbell is a new coach. He's a real coach, and he's going to develop guys. So
I'd say that the coaching staff's an A grade. I mean, it could be an A. Like, we'll see what happens, right? Like, we could be halfway through the season and be like, midseason grade A+, let's go, or A-, or it's just a wait and see thing. But I think for who we have right now, I give it an A for sure, and then I give the team a B for sure.
Yeah, our roster isn't good enough to not be healthy. We need to stay healthy. We don't know how this roster is. We think they're 9-3, 8-4. They could be anywhere from literally 6-6 to 10-2 to undefeated. Like, we really do not know. The most intimidating environment we'll probably be in is at Michigan. And then second to that is at home, USC. Washington could be intimidating. We have a pretty favorable schedule, so we got to see how it plays out, but we got to stay healthy. We're not good enough to not be healthy. That's for sure. So Donka comeback. All right, most hated fan bases in college football.
Self-explanatory.
Notre Dame is number 1. Brett and I both put Notre Dame. Absolute clowns. Alabama, they're so good that they get hated. Alabama, I don't have a problem with Alabama. Nick Saban, he's becoming more and more unlikable as time goes on, but he's a legend.
Alabama's not good anymore, so they're not as hated as they were for sure, because they're just not good. Like, they're not good anymore, dude. They weren't good since DeBoer came, so they're not scary. Like, nobody's afraid of Alabama. It's just, and Vanderbilt beat them. So I mean,
that's why I call
Yeah.
Penn State the Mecca, because historically, for decades and decades, they've won games every single year. There's
Yep.
not a lot of programs that have done that. Alabama wasn't good before Saban. They were good during Saban, and they're not good again. So Penn State, that doesn't happen. You're good all the time, pretty much. Hi, Mark and Brett. Agreed. Notre Dame is meh. It's NL Notre Dame. Kathy, welcome back in.
Kathy, welcome
check
back
out
in,
the
Kathy.
merch. Michelle got some. Texas, again, don't hate Texas. Steve Sarkisian, pretty good coach.
No, they're overrated every year though. Like even
Absolutely.
Arch Manning's the number one quarterback
But-
coming back on some list. I don't think he's that great. I mean, he had a good end of the year, but we'll see, man. He's not great. Yeah, Texas is okay. I don't hate them, but overrated every year. They can't win a big game, so yeah.
This is the most overrated team in the history of any sport of all time.
Yeah.
These guys are absolute clowns. The only thing me and Notre Dame have in common is that we're both Catholic. That's it. LSU, so they hired Lane Kiffin, made it worse.
That's why they're the most hated, because they hired
Yeah.
Kiffin.
Miami,
Yeah.
Bro.
I don't even hate Miami at all.
Back
to
in
be
the
honest
day,
with you.
Miami was the ones, they were always getting in trouble.
Yep.
Georgia literally has like more arrests than they have starters. So it's crazy. Georgia there's a player on average getting arrested like once a week. So Miami, they're putting Miami to shame. But no, I don't hate Miami.
No, I don't. No.
USC, obviously, they're bad. But they were always hated.
I don't like them, man. I don't dislike them a lot. Like, I don't know. I hate them, but not that much. Michigan, they're cheaters. I don't like them.
Yeah, bunch of
Short and
cheaters.
sweet.
Ohio State, obviously,
Hate them.
Second most delusional fan base in college football. Their fans just not all right in the head. I'll say that much.
Ohio education is hard.
In terms of bad takes, Ohio State takes the cake 100%. Like Notre Dame fans, they're just completely delusional. Ohio State fans just think they're like this incredible program, like the greatest thing of all time, and they're not. You know, after week 1, I said, you guys aren't that good. They called me crazy, and then they lost to the only 2 good teams they played all year. So they're basically Notre Dame. And we're going to pull up the one post of this Ohio State guy hating on Drew Aller. First of all, their quarterback looks like Lord Farquaad, and he's not even as good as Temu Peyton Manning. So you guys downgraded at quarterback, which makes no sense. You guys thought you were the greatest thing ever last year, and you weren't. But you won a national title, so good for you. But what did I pull up that Drew? Yeah, Drew Aller one. This guy literally should not be posting anything like this. This is so weird. Give me one good reason Drew Aller shouldn't be the top 10 pick. He sucks at football, he said. You suck at takes.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, but hold on a second. I said their quarterback looks like Lord Farquaad. Hold on. Don't be shocked if Drew Aller is one of the top 3 quarterbacks taken in this year's draft. Anyone who has followed Drew Aller should not be surprised. Combine buzz. Not be surprised by combine buzz. His best trait has always been making it seem like he should be a very good QB. Yeah, do you know who his coach was? That's a question I have to ask you. Do you know who his coach was? Drew Aller is the James Franklin of Penn State quarterbacks. He's not even close. Sean Clifford is the James Franklin of Penn State quarterbacks. Will Levis, pretty good. Drew Aller, bad career, unfortunately. Not really his fault. Bo Pribula, these 2 guys left, so they shouldn't count. Hackenberg, again, same coach. Matt McGloin, good coach. Sean Clifford, he's Sean Clifford. Trace McSorley was good no matter who he had as a coach. So props to him. I mean, you got to give it to him. Like, he has a really good arm. I mean, he's got all the intangibles that he needs. So he's got the best intangibles of any quarterback in this draft. He could be really, really good. And I hope the Steelers take him. I really do. So, we got a 13-pound baby. He's being recruited already. A New York mom just delivered a massive 13-pound baby boy. The newborn is so large he already requires clothes made for a 6-month-old. SEC schools calling. So he's already got offers from the following schools. I don't see Penn State on there. So I guess Penn State didn't offer him. But, like, they literally put the clothes on him while he's sleeping in the crib, and they put it up on recruiting sites, and he's being recruited already. 2024 defensive line, New York City, baby. So when I was born, I was like almost 11 pounds. And Big Fat was what, 13? Katron, he was 13 pounds. And then
big.
I was almost 11. And then Katron was 13 or 14. And then this kid is 13 pounds. So that's insanely large and good for him.
I was 4 pounds, 9 ounces, guys, because I'm a triplet. So there were 3 of us. So my brother and sister were 4 pounds, 7 ounces. I was the biggest one. So.
Notre Dame always favored
2 ounces.
That's crazy. Yeah, Notre Dame always got love. I respect the history of Notre Dame, but that's about it. You were 8 pounds? Yeah, I was like almost 11. My brother was, I think, 10. My sister was like 8. So. All right, I'm going to play this video, Brett, the Beaver Stadium construction. Let me know if you can hear it. Can you? Hold on.
Stadium.
Shoot. Sometimes stuff works, sometimes it doesn't. Can you hear this, Brett? Hold on.
One of the loudest, largest.
Can you hear that?
Yeah. Yep.
And most intimidating venues in the world. Every fall, more than 100,000 fans pour in to create an experience that defines college football Saturdays. And now that fortress is being rebuilt, all while it stays open. Over 3 off-seasons, the stadium is undergoing a major $700 million renovation plan designed to preserve the roar, modernize the flow, and help the building better host the highly coveted college football playoff. This isn't just construction, it's live surgery on the beating heart of Penn State football. If you've never been to State College, it helps to understand why this matters. Beaver Stadium sits in the middle of a small metro that more than doubles its population on football weekends. Football isn't just entertainment. It's a logistics event that drives local business, fills hotels over an hour away, and turns Saturday into an
Let me know if you guys can hear that.
Economic engine. For the university, the stadium is a front door. Recruiting, alumni weekends, and community pride all pass through these gates. Penn State's board made a straightforward call in 2024, renovate rather than replace. They set a cap of up to $700 million and committed to funding it through intercollegiate athletics, driven by ticketing, premium seating, sponsorships, naming opportunities, concessions, and fundraising, rather than tapping on tuition or the general educational budget. Is Beaver.
Then there's a part 2. I'll play that.
On tuition.
I mean, it's going to be $1 billion by the time they're done. No joke. It's going to be $1 billion.
Yeah, it's going to be. But it's going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen.
Yep.
Budget. Yep. That financial choice shapes the engineering. If the building has to help pay for itself, it needs to stay open, protect seat count, and add year-round utility. That's why the plan prioritizes 3 things: circulation, winterization, and a targeted layer of premium spaces sized to the market. Fans got an early preview on the east side in 2024. 2 notorious choke points at gates A and E were widened by adding 15,000 square feet of upper concourse area and 4 escalators to help move up to 8,000 more people per hour. And Gate F added a new 34,000 square foot open air zone. Ribbon boards in the south video board were upgraded, and the backbone of in-stadium Wi-Fi was expanded. This takes us to the cold, snowy morning in January of 2025, when perhaps the biggest spectacle occurred. The iconic press box was demolished as part of a planned sequence to clear the west side footprint. Crews then ran a 24/7, 6-week cycle to demo, clear, and prep the area for the first wave of foundations, cores, and steels before football season constraints returned. The removal of the west side upper bowl followed the same logistics logic. Pull major structural elements during the widest work window, stabilize what remains, then shift to interior as the fall approaches. The point is to maximize noisy work in the off-season and minimize the operational friction in season. Structurally, the new west side is being built as a modern building attached
that's a nice freaking layout, man. Jeez.
to a legacy bowl. 3 connected concourses, field level, main, and upper, are planned to more than double the previous west side concourse area, with long spans over walk lanes to avoid columns becoming new pinch points. Vertical circulation is being right-sized with elevators, escalators, and ramps, and new boards and an upgraded North video system are part of the presentation package, tapping on tuition or the...
Yeah, so it's getting there. It'll be completed by
2027 sometime, probably summer.
27. So that was
Next
another thing
year.
about Franklin last year. That's one thing Nate Bauer said. Fans are coming to this stadium and they're building a new stadium to watch a good product. That's not happening right now. So Franklin, and again, this is not a shot at Franklin. No, I'm just saying he did not deserve to be coaching in a new stadium. Did not deserve it. Matt Campbell does. A new coach does deserve it. Terry Smith deserves it.
Yep.
Who will be QB1 in the new stadium? That's going to be very exciting going into 27. A new stadium, new season, new coach, new roster. Very exciting. So
James Franklin deserves Metallica because he loves Metallica. He deserves Enter Sandman. It's his favorite band. He said it.
All of a sudden, he said Aerosmith was his favorite band, and everyone had to tell him that's the wrong band. So yeah, Aerosmith does not sing Enter Sandman. Metallica does. So he got that part wrong. He didn't actually say that, but he's a con artist. So he said, what did he say? He said, they asked him, what's your favorite music? And he said, oh, I like hip hop. It's like, dude, they gave you a softball question, which is what you like, and you couldn't answer it right. You couldn't just say hard rock is my favorite genre. You had to say hip hop.
You hit it like a wiffle ball. Yeah.
So they're gonna have MC Hammer and DMX at Virginia Tech games instead of Metallica now because Franklin likes hip hop. Yep. So you couldn't just say Metallica. You had to say hip hop. You had to say
they're reestablished. They're reestablished.
Franklin invented Virginia Tech. All right, which is scary.
Yep.
Mood amongst Penn State fans right now is what I call survivor's adrenaline. Because if you think about this time last year, leading up to the season, this is it. This is our year. We got Drew back. We got a veteran team. Look at that tailback room. Look at this defense. What we're going to be top 5 preseason. Look at how the schedule sets up. And then it crashed and burned. And you lose to Oregon. And you lose to UCLA. And you lose to Northwestern. And then James Franklin is fired by Halloween. And then the search commences. And it's ugly. No one knows which direction it's going. And then you're like, we fired James Franklin. No one wants the job. Who are we going to go get? And then you got certain shows who said from the get-go, you need to go get Matt Campbell. And for reasons that are at this point well enough documented, they didn't target him immediately. Well, then they finally circle back around. 53 days later, all hope seems lost. And then Matt Campbell says yes. And then Matt Campbell brings a vast majority of the top of his roster with him. And you did a fairly decent job of retention. And Penn State looks to be okay this year. Penn State as a football program could have been ejected clear out into the Big Ten wilderness. You could have been hanging out with Maryland and Rutgers. It could have gone that far downhill. And the car's rolling and it's rolling. And then it comes to a stop. And wow, we landed on our tires. Wow. Seatbelt was on. Airbags deployed. We're good. I cannot believe it. We're fine. The mood amongst Penn.
Yeah. One thing about, I think J.D. Pickles said that, right, Brett? That they should take Matt Campbell. Is that who he was referring to?
No, he's referring to himself.
Yeah. So Josh Payne said that back in the day. Like as soon as Franklin got fired like the next day.
Yep.
He's like, yeah, get Matt Campbell. But yeah, Josh Pate, he's the top dog. He's the best. JD Pick was good too.
Yep.
Josh Pate, like us, he just loves college football, and he made a whole show out of it. He interviewed the president. So that's a big deal, you know, interviewing a president. It doesn't really matter who it is. Like, you're interviewing the president. That's insane. So he does good work.
Making moves.
And he's very knowledgeable. One thing you can kind of study someone like him is, how well do you know my team? Because I know my team. How well do you know? He does know Penn State well. He knows a lot about every team, really. I mean, he's just a college football guy. He's very knowledgeable. So, mood tracker, excited for sure. He said he didn't think the Penn State administration deserved a coach as good as Matt Campbell, which is true. The administration is something that I am not a fan of at Penn State, but I support the athletes and the football program and the coaches. That's what we support. I support Pat Kraft and the AD. Even though he's administration, he's someone that I do support 100%. I think we have a pretty good president as well in Ben DePuty. So she helped a lot with this search. But, yeah, overall the mood is pretty good, Josh Pate. And, yes, we do have depth everywhere, really. We do have good depth pretty much everywhere. So,
yeah, Josh Pate, I mean, he's been at the top for a couple of years now. Really blew up probably a year or two ago. He likes Penn State. He's a Penn State guy. He's not a fan of any team, he says, but he does like Penn State, loves Matt Campbell. Obviously, he did the cough, like he recommended that Penn State should go after him. And we still don't know how true it is if Penn State – we still think Penn State reached out to his agent and it was the wrong agent, right? So there is that hanging there that, we did try to reach out. But he just meant like we don't deserve it because of how long it took. And obviously, you know how I felt about that, how long it took to get him. But at the end of the day, that's in the past. We landed on our tires, like he said. He's really good at metaphors and stuff. And the one thing I respect about Josh Pate, when he is wrong, because he is going to be wrong sometimes, nobody's right 100% of the time, he puts the clown nose on and he puts a song on. And you've seen him, right? Mark will put a will put a red nose on and he'll be like, I got to hold myself accountable. I was wrong. I'm going to own up to it. And not a lot of people do that. So I think that's really, really cool how vulnerable he is and accountable he is when he is wrong about something, even though it's just football. But football to him and football to us is much bigger than to a lot of people. So, mood tracker, feeling good. And we have an A staff and a B team right now. Those grades can change. They can go up. They can go down. It's a wait and see type of thing. So, yeah.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, so some winter workouts footage. College football winter workouts, man, it does not get worse than that. It's brutal, very brutal. I want to pull up Tangwell's stuff. He talks about how, you question your whole existence going into winter workouts.
Yeah.
You're like, I never want to play college football ever again.
It's known if
funny.
you wake up and it's already too late, just go back to bed, or just like don't come. Like, don't come. That was something that you realize very quickly. It's like, if you're going to be late, you're already late. Because if you just miss the entire thing, it's like, yeah, you're going to do a power hour or dawn patrol, as we called them. But if you just come 2 hours later, nothing's going to happen. But if you go while it's still happening, guess what you're doing? You're doing up downs for the rest of the entirety of the winter workout. So it's better if you're going to miss it to just completely miss it.
Wow.
But yeah,
I like that you bring that element of strategy into it. It's a little game theory.
I got to give you one.
Good stuff.
I got to give you one. I won't throw under the bus who this was. First round draft pick.
Lou.
two guys that were offensive linemen. They were rooming together, and they woke up. This is my first year, and they wake up late. They both oversleep for a winter workout, and it's like, oh crap, what are we going to do? And at the time, one of the guys, not the first round draft pick, the other guy had a very severe knee injury. So they stage it. They go outside of Martin Hall and East, and they basically stage the fact that this injured guy slipped and fell and re-injured his knee, and is like, I've been trying to help him. He's screaming like, it's been 20 minutes. Sorry. Like, and they got out of it because they staged.
It worked.
It worked.
This is like Ralphie at the end of A Christmas Story.
Exactly.
They staged the icicle, hitting him in the eye.
Exactly.
Amazing.
It was amazing. So they got out of it. So you can find ways. It is very rare to find a way out, but clearly two very smart guys. And, so it's
Tangwell Film Network, go check it out. I thought I followed it on Instagram. I just did, but I followed on TikTok.
Yep. He's the man.
He was commenting to us the other day. It was pretty funny. He's like, "How did I miss you in the gym?"
When
I miss you, man. You're a large man.
They're the hardest thing you do. It's testing the early enrollee freshmen. It's finding out who's going to be your leaders on that year's team. It has nothing to do with football, but it has everything to do with football.
Chuck Losey or whoever knows where your breaking point is, and he's going to get you there during winter workouts.
Correct. Okay. That's the goal. You want to see who you can break. And I'll never forget, this is one of the few fights I ever got in. Jalen Reed and I were both hurt. And mind you, Jay Reed and I are very good friends. But when it's offense versus defense, it gets a little testy.
Sure, absolutely.
And so guys were losing, and Jay Reed over there, DBs, they're always the worst, squirts guys with water, with the water bottle. So guys are losing. And so I don't know who it was lost. I went over to go pick him up after he lost. And Jay Reed squirts him a little bit with the water. And I said something to him that I probably can't say on air. And Jay Reed looks at me and makes the decision to then squirt me with water in the face.
Oh.
And so I'll never forget.
Done.
I went two hands.
Done.
Like offense, I went two hands in and just like picked him up, and it became this huge brawl in a winter workout, which mind you, me and Jay Reed are both coming back from shoulder injuries, I think, at the time. And just, there was a brawl. I got my chain ripped off, got it fixed. But yeah, that's how testy winter workouts get, because everybody's angry, everybody's tired. It's offense versus defense, and it just becomes just this testosterone-filled, just anger match all day long. Winter workouts.
It's funny.
Yeah. Like when I played, you can somewhat relate. Like we did 2-a-days, man. Like they don't do that anymore. We did 2-a-days.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that was
You're gonna be puking.
You're waking up at 6 a.m. You're on the field by 7. By the third or fourth day, your pads are still wet. They smell horrible. Where we put our equipment, it was just like this brick hole, this big just room, like this little room in our locker room, no ventilation at all. We put all of our pads in there. It smelled so bad. By the third day, your stuff doesn't dry from sweat. It's from sweat.
Mm-hmm.
So you're in soaking wet clothing on your third day. You're on the field warming up at 7 a.m. It's hot. Brutally hot. I don't care where you are, it's hot. And you come back, you go from like 7 to 11. You come back at like 1, practice till 5. Like 2-a-days were brutal, man. 2-a-days were brutal. So I know winter workouts are probably 10 times worse. And not to mention it's freezing cold when you're walking to Aluba. Greg Garrity Jr., he's been on here, he said it's just a big tin can. There's nothing in there in Haluba. It's just a big tin can. So there's no, I doubt they have heat on, so it's probably cold. That would be horrible. So, yeah.
I wanted to bring up that video of Penn State practicing. So they still haven't dropped the new numbers for like the transfers and the new guys. But as you can see, if those numbers are correct with the jerseys some of them are wearing, Carson Hansen was rocking 21, and I saw Keith Jones Jr. in 15, Drew's old number as a wide receiver. So those are two to keep an eye out on. We already know Chase Solo is going to be number 0 still, so which is cool as a receiver. But the rest of the new guys we really don't know yet, so that'll be cool to see once they drop them.
Keith Jones, that's the Grambling State kid, right?
Yeah, Keith Jones Jr. is the Grambling State receiver who we think could get some playing time this year. I mean, big body, he's over 200 pounds now. He put some weight on, like probably 208,
Yeah.
6'4", big body guy. He'll be number 15 from what it looks like as a receiver, which is interesting. So
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, so Peter Schreger, one of the best in the business. I like Peter Schreger a lot. He's very knowledgeable. I forget, dude, what is this guy's name again? Ran out of the back of the end zone for the Lions. I can't remember his name, but he's really good too. He's a good ESPN guy. Mina Kimes is not. She is horrendous.
Get a quarterback 3 then, because that was a debate going into this thing, and I know his name has been dragged through the mud throughout his college career. Drew Aller had an awesome week too.
I agree.
This is a 6'5", 230-pound quarterback, where Ty Simpson has 15 starts in his career.
Yeah.
Drew Aller has 50 starts in his college career, and he broke his ankle this year, and obviously James Franklin loses his job, and Penn State season goes off the rails. But he threw a better deep ball than Ty Simpson. He interviewed incredibly well, and I asked all the GMs that I spoke with, I said, tell me about the different quarterbacks, and the consistent thing is that in the room, some guys just have it. That I've been a 5-star prospect my entire life. I feel very comfortable in this setting, and Drew Aller walks in, and he is that Pied Piper. He's that guy that people follow. Now, I understand the college career did not go as well as Ty Simpson's or, of course, Mendoza's, but Drew Aller is maybe a 3rd quarterback, and potentially that guy at the end of the 1st round is like a waiver pick saying, hey, I just want to get a win. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? There is such a there is an issue where there is a supply and demand issue with quarterbacks in this league right now. We're talking about Malik Willis, and we're talking about Geno Smith as like people are going to be doing flips over. You draft a guy like Drew Aller, end of the 1st, early 2nd round. Why not? Big arm. We'll see what happens. Get a quarterback 3 then.
Dan Orlovsky. Dan Orlovsky's pretty good too. But yeah, these guys are loving Drew Aller. He just needs a real coach. He'll be good. That's it. He just needs a real coach. That's all it comes down to. Give him a real coach. I hope the Steelers take him because McCarthy is a quarterback guy. Get him a real coach, and he could be very, very, very good. Very good.
And to be honest, Ty Simpson in the playoff was some of the worst quarterback play I've ever seen. Remember that in the playoff?
If the Steelers take Ty Simpson, I'm never watching them again. So. Now,
their offensive line was horrible, but he still would just sit. He would just stand there and like a deer in headlights. It's terrible. So I would never take Ty Simpson.
Fernando Mendoza should not be the 1st overall pick. He probably will be, but he should not be. Watch Coach JB's breakdowns. He's not that good. He's really not that good. He's got that it factor 100%. Yeah. He's not that good. He's not.
He has a chance to be really good, but there are concerns that he hasn't faced in college. Had a whole face in the NFL. So,
Drew Aller is the best quarterback in the draft. 100%. 100%. And he looks like he's 12 still. You know, I mean, he
aged a little bit. He looks different. I mean, he does. He's growing the hair out, you know.
Yeah. Joey Porter Jr. is officially turning into an NFL no-fly zone. 3 seasons, 1 touchdown allowed. He's a freak.
That's a sick edit, too. The red eyes.
JPJ.
Yep.
This is Coach Cedar. He was a good coach for us. Went to Notre Dame, which is a horrible decision, but he's with all of his guys. He's with Jeremiah, Katron, Nick Singleton has 1 leg now. Who's number 15 there?
That's got to be. Let me see here.
Isn't it?
That's got to be Jardarian Price, right? Is it him?
Dude, he's freaking massive.
Do you see his shoulders? That's what I saw. I was like, those are the biggest shoulders I've ever seen on a running back.
Freaking arm is huge. Number 15.
His shoulders are crazy. Let me look up Jardarian Price.
Backup for Notre Dame or something. They had 2 really good running backs this year, right?
Yeah, he's really good. Jardarian Price. Let me look. Let me see if that's him or not. I think that's Jardarian Price. That dude's got freaking arms on him. Yeah, that's got to be him.
Okay.
I imagine.
All right. I do like what's her name? Heather Dinich. I do like her. To me, I don't care if you're male, female. If you know your stuff, you know your stuff. Heather Dinich is one of the best. So 100%.
There's a lot of excitement around James Franklin and his first season at Virginia Tech, and deservedly so. He brought a lot of talent with him from Penn State. But who's going to have the better debut, Franklin or his counterpart, Matt Campbell, who was hired to replace him at Penn State? Let's take a quick look at their schedules, which will help us answer that question. James Franklin has the tougher road. Look at this schedule. He has 3 Friday night games, and they're against his toughest opponents, against Pitt, at SMU, and at Miami. Plus, he's got to go on the road across the country to Cal, and he's got to go to Clemson, one of the toughest places to play. Meanwhile, you look at Matt Campbell's schedule, and his non-conference includes Marshall, Temple, and Buffalo. The Nittany Lions don't face Ohio State, they don't have Oregon, and they get USC at home. I think both of these teams can be top 25 teams this year. Just might be a little bit easier and more realistic for the Nittany Lions to show it in Matt Campbell's first season.
And Penn State's schedule was compliments of James Franklin because he made that easy schedule happen. Well, the non-conference, anyways.
Virginia Tech is absolutely cooked.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely cooked. Most players by school, Penn State in the 2026 NFL Draft Big Board.
Yep.
It's
Good
crazy
job,
that
baby.
Indiana doesn't have more, which makes sense.
Yeah.
It tells you how good they were at execution. But, yeah, I think Matt Campbell will have a better season. Franklin is an absolute clown, and they have a really tough schedule. He's cooked, man. Like, they're not winning games. They're not winning games. I think he's going to get fired, like, sooner rather than later. And I hope we never hear him talk ever again. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Almost coming down to the end here, guys. So Coach Moore took all the receivers to Texas Roadhouse, broke some bread. That's cool. Coach is on the bottom left here in the gray. That's cool. Team bonding. This is a great staff, guys, genuine guys, developers. We're in good hands. And to end, basketball is absolutely horrendous, and they have no fans at the game. I don't know if they're like being serious about the scene at BJC.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, because that's not a scene. It's a sad scene.
I think local high schools had more fans.
They do.
So that is embarrassing.
Yep.
Yeah. They got to make a change on basketball, man. That is so bad. It's embarrassing. It's bad. It's real bad. But yeah. So I saw Aller might be a first round pick. He should be.
Yeah, he might be.
Everybody can laugh.
From 1 to 3.
Yeah, whatever.
From rounds 1 to 3, I think will be.
You don't know ball if you think Drew Aller is not a great quarterback. Like he needs a coach. If he gets a coach, look out.
Yep.
He's going to be really good. Please go to the Steelers, man. I hope you do. But all right, Brett. That's it for the night. Just want to go through several topics. 48 minutes, not too bad.
Yeah,
it's not a record for us, but we're getting close. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Have a good night. And check out the merch store.
Yep.
Got some good stuff on there. See you guys.
We are
Penn State.
Penn State.
Probably Saturday, Ivan.
Yep.